Today we start our live broadcast. Please send in chat, can you hear me, see me? And we will start. So, very nice. I'm very glad to see you here, and I hope you will spend this time with getting more knowledges and better understanding of possible movements on crypto markets. I will share you my point of view on this, on the current situation of on possible market movements, and I will do it just to express my thoughts using the charts and in such format, because if I will write it in post, it will take a lot of time, and there will be many posts. So I decided to make such broadcast where I will share my thoughts. I will get your opinion, and we will make something like a discussion in such format. So we will talk about crypto markets. You can see the topics which we will discuss, and it will be three parts where we talk about the past, the present, and the future of crypto markets, and the part where you will be able to ask questions. I should tell you that Dan from TradeUnity will help me to get all questions and opinions, and interesting questions and interesting opinions will be rewarded by TradeUnity's silver packages, which you will be able to get for free. And at the end of the broadcast, you will be able also to get discount for all our packages if you will be interested to join us and get more stuff which we make every day. So I want to tell you some information about myself. So maybe not all of you know who am I and why you should trust me. I have been trading in the financial markets for more than 10 years, and for this period I got a lot of experience in this field. I spent a lot of time in creating different trading strategies, money management strategies, and different trading robots. So I have something to tell you, and I hope my knowledge and experience will be useful for you and for your proper trading. We make this broadcast in format of TradeUnity series of webinars, but this one for everyone. We posted it on our YouTube channel in order everyone could see our discussion and use this information for also their trading. Just some words about our community. We in our platform TradeUnity provide different stuff for education, for different tools like trading robots, trading strategies, which allows to make proper trading. And you can find a lot of information, just theory and practice from our experts. So now we should go to our main topic, and I would like to start from explaining why we will talk about Bitcoin mainly. As you can see, Bitcoin for a long time is the most trusted coin in crypto world, and we have to look at it firstly because all price movements on crypto markets are followed by Bitcoin. It is the most capitalized coin. It has strong reputation. It has a good and long background, and it has, let's say, it has official status with futures contracts. And of course, for real world, let's say like this, only Bitcoin is important, and only Bitcoin can be used for trading. That's why for us it's very important to analyze these markets and try to predict Bitcoin's possible price movements, and only after that we will be able to understand the directions of movements for altcoins and probably some shitcoins. But I would like to say that I don't trust now any shitcoins, and even some top altcoins I can trust, because we don't know exactly which future will be for the crypto. If the price moves downside again, I think a lot of shitcoins will disappear, and probably a lot of altcoins will disappear. And that's why for me it's important to look at crypto from such point of view, like which coin to use in order to be more protected. And now I can see it's only Bitcoin can be, because of its status, because of its reputation, and so on. Also, I should say that I would like to look at crypto markets not like a developer, not from technical point of view, not from a point of view like a crypto fan or enthusiast. I would like to look at crypto and at Bitcoin like a trader and investor. It's just a little bit another point of view, because it will focus more on making profit on this market. When we talk about proper trading, we have to think about how we should create our portfolio, how to spread our risk, how to make them less, and how to make profits more stable, more in the long run. And crypto markets and Bitcoin also, as the main part of it, looks a very good variant for including in any trading portfolio. It will. It's not correlated with other markets, for example, like different currencies correlated with each other on forex, and Bitcoin and some other crypto coins can be used for really good diversification the risk, and in trading the diversification plays a very important role. So these crypto parts can be included in any portfolio and can be used. That's why I also should be interested in these markets, and I will be glad if it will continue the past performance at least. So other thing is we talk about Bitcoin using mainly technical analysis, and some part of fundamental analysis, because technical analysis is more simple, and it can be used by a lot of novice traders. As for fundamental analysis, it's rather complicated, and it's not so clear if compared with clear rules of technical analysis. The instruments from technical analysis which provide clear signals, chart patterns, signals from indicators. For fundamental analysis, we mainly have 1, 2, 3 different variants, and combination of fundamental news can affect the market in a different way. So I suggest to focus on technical analysis and use it for your trading also. Now let's move to the chart, and we will start from the first point. In order to better understand future possible price movements, I suggest to look at the past, compare it with present market conditions in order to have a whole picture for predicting the future movements. And we start from, we will use daily time frame, because this time frame is most used for different types of trading. It should be used for intraday trading. If you use minute charts, hour charts, it should be used for opening trades if you are a long-term trader or searching for long trends and trading opportunities. So anyway, we have to look at daily time frame anytime when we try to decide how to trade. We start from Bitcoin and the past performance, because it will give us the levels which we have to look at in the future also, and it will give us some insight explaining why we have so good market, interested market in the previous year. The thing is, the market provided us, crypto market provided us a very good trading opportunities if compare crypto with traditional market. You could register account, deposit, and start trading with any deposit, and you could realize strategies which are good for novice traders. For example, you could just buy and hold, and crypto markets in such way also allowed you to make good profit. You could invest for long term. You could make mistakes in this market, because the main markets were in uptrend, and trading in trend market conditions sometimes allows you to make wrong trades, wrong entry levels, to use wrong entry levels, and still have profit. So for the beginners, crypto market opened really good opportunities. With high volatility, you also could trade without leverage and still make very good money, and it was good for protection your capital also. Of course, I know cases when people lose their money, but mainly they were because of their all emotions and all their own personal mistakes. But mainly it was really interesting for trading, and I think it was with great potential. Still, the market had a very good potential for in long run, because it was a new technology and a new topic and a new direction of financial markets. And in this case, let's say we had a market which were close to the perfect conditions. I mean, only the market, not the infrastructure, because it will be also very important. So we got a hype. We got a great hype for that period, and you can see it how the price moved upward without any reasons, without any solid reasons. If after breaking, let's say in summer 2017, we had a period of correction. It seems a little bit long in time, but it was logical at that time. The price made a good upward movement. We had correction, and after that, the market continued upward movement because it had potential. But when price broke 5,000 level, 6,000 level, and made short-term corrections and stronger upward movements, we got such period when price just climbed upward too fast and too high. Of course, in this period, we had a lot of hype everywhere about crypto. A lot of people came in this market, open for themselves that it's possible to make money in such simple way, and it gave us a lot of opportunities for creating different projects about the crypto. You could see at that time and remember now how many ICO projects were launched in previous year, and how many different companies try to get money for managing, and a lot of people just put their money by Bitcoin, and they made a great demand for this coin, and we saw a huge upward movement. But it was not logical. It was really a bubble, and many experts at that time talk about it, and we should be ready to stay with. We should be ready to see a reversal, but at that time, some experts told that the market still is very small, and it is still a great potential for reaching 30,000 level, 50,000 level, and so on. And all possible corrections like these, they were a very good opportunity for buying and increasing the trading positions, and for reaching higher levels after reversal from 20,000 level. And this correction also were logical, and I didn't draw. We had a lot of uptrend lines which were broken, but still we had the uptrend, but with deep correction, because the previous upward movement was strong, and it looks like a rocket. So the market was overbought, but correction gave us a new entry level. It was good until the price started falling lower and lower, dropped to 6,000, and it was the first signal for me that probably we will have some difficult time. How long they will be, I didn't have any ideas, but such falling from 20,000 up to 6,000 level, it was rather strong. Even you can tell me that in the past, there were such great drawdowns and fallings, but you shouldn't mix that time with the time of 2017, because when the coin became popular and capitalization became more, so this market were changed in better side. It was it couldn't be compared with the market conditions when it was with low capitalization, and not many people took part in this crypto trading. After falling, we got the first line at 6,000 level, where the price reversed. For getting signals about trend reversal, we can use different tools. Some can use trend lines. Some traders can use moving average with different periods, and for them, they decide which period to use for for following the trend. I use mainly moving average, simple moving average with period 100 as the line showing me the main trend. For me, it is the rule is simple. If the price is above moving average with 100 period, we have uptrend, and if the price drops below, we have downtrend. It's simple. So other moving averages used just for spotting short-term and medium-term trends, and the main moving average shows the main market direction. When the price broke this moving average, it was a signal that probably the market dropped lower, and it was a signal of possible trend reversal. But on the weekly time frame, we still have the uptrend, and this falling could be considered just as a correction wave, which is a part of any trend movement. This price reversal could be also used as a super good opportunity, a very interesting opportunity for buying, and joining to a new uptrend and continuation the previous uptrend. But you could see that price could break 10,000 level, which is a psychological important level, but couldn't move above 12,000 level, and these highs allowed us to draw a new resistance zone at 12 level. After that, the market continued the falling. It was another signal that probably the period of correction or the sideways movement would be for more time than everybody expected. But still, we here could search for buy opportunities and with ideas to join the previous uptrend. But you can see that the price moved lower and lower. It made new highs, swing highs lower, and lower. But still, the market couldn't drop below 6,000 level. We, from this moment, we could understand that 6,000 level would be the key level for the market movements, and if it could hold the price, probably it will be the bottom, and it could be a starting point for a new uptrend. We saw a new attempt to move above 10,000 in this zone, and it was not a success. We saw a new falling. We saw the previous support zone at 6,000 level, which played as a support level for fourth time. And this period, for example, for me, gave better understanding that it looks like we don't have any hype anymore. And it was I can see it from not also from price movements. I mean, following. You can see the difference in volatility, how market moves in 2017, and how it starts moving in 2018. For me, it was a signal that there are no buyers, and if there are no buyers, the price can't start. The market can start a new uptrend, which we would like to have for new opportunities. And the price continued the falling, and it just for me, it was just another reason to think about future of all crypto in one more time, because as you remember, we saw such ideas that crypto will change fiat money and it will be really the future. But after such dropping, there were more ideas that it looks like crypto can be just only the alternative of fiat money, but not the solid technology or solid tool which will change fiat money. And moving lower and lower, we got the market which lost a lot of clients, lost a lot of interest, and in other signals which allowed me to think about falling interest to crypto. It's we could see how the falling of interest to any trading ideas on TradingView. We could see the falling of we could see the falling chart of key search words in Google Analytics. We could see that ICO projects became for them it was more and more difficult to get money for their ICO projects, and we moved to the market conditions which we have now, and it is our present time. But from the past, we have to note following things. For me, at least, they are following. The difference between the current market conditions and the past market conditions. Here we had huge hype, which supported the market and helped it to grow. Now there is no hype, and there are no strong fundamental support which can push the price upward. Also, this period, it looks like for me, this period was the previous year was a period when a lot of new people came and bought Bitcoin, and their investments pushed the price higher and higher. After the period of falling and the period of losing money, these people stopped trading. They were disappointed in crypto, and for starting a new hype, we will need a new players, a new kind of players, because it looks like for me it will be very difficult to create the same hype which we had, and for new growing we will need to search for new forces and new news which will push the market not maybe to the previous high, but anyway allows it to start a bullish cycle. So the previous price action, market movements, also gave us the levels which we have taken into consideration. Of course, it is first of all the support level 6,000, and it also can be used like a zone between 6,000 and 5,000, because this is two strong levels. Why they are strong? When market didn't bounced from 5,000, it gave us here the swing high, which we use in combination with psychological important level like 5,000. It's a round number level, and it reversed the market just quickly, and it dropped on just about $1,800. So it was a signal that this level is rather strong, and the 6,000, you can see that it was confirmed by these price reversals from this level. So it's possible to think about this space like a support zone between 6,000 and 5,000 levels, and possible bottom. Why possible bottom? You can see how the swing highs falls, but swing lows stayed in just at the same zone, and these price movements just give us additional confirmation that the support zone is strong, and in these market conditions, in such market conditions we can expect two possible price movements. They are more likely a continuation sideways movement. It can be between 6,000, 8,000, or the price can be moved just a little bit higher up to this swing high. It's about 9,000 level, 10,000 level, or the price reverses and start a new upward movement. And we will think about what can help the market to grow, and which news we have to expect. But before it, I would like to, we prepared some quiz, and I would like to ask you some questions. Please reply on them, and the question is when did you enter crypto, and do you still hold positions? So it will be in our platform to share your replies, and it will allow us to better understand your positions and your possible targets. And we now let's focus on the current market conditions, where the price now at the downtrend line. I will remove the lines which doesn't allow us to look at this chart better. So you can see the price is at the down trend line, and for previous weeks the volatility became much less, and it's more it looks like a sideways movement and consolidation movement, and if even the price will be able to break the downtrend line, I'm not sure that the market will move upward. The reason is we don't have fundamental support. I talked about it in my video post on TradingView, and I still think the same idea that for upward movement we need something solid which will support the market. We don't have people who are interested in buying crypto now, and it looks like it's now the main problem, and the big players they still don't have a lot of long position, and we don't have demand for Bitcoin, and as a result for other altcoins and shitcoins. Now we should wait for conditions where the market will create demand, when community, when players, big players will create demand, and we will need to buy Bitcoin again, and it will push the price upward, and probably the people who left crypto, they will return and support this upward movement, and we will see an uptrend. But what can be the force pushing the price upward, and what can be the what fundamental news can be such a moment which push the market in uptrend? I think now we have to focus and wait for the beginning of December. It is a news which will be bugged. The platform where it was created by American companies, including exchanges, traditional exchanges, ICE futures. It will be regulated. It will be for real trading by Bitcoins. It was created for institutional companies, and it will be launched in the beginning of December. To my mind, it will be 12th of December. So the main idea is if we don't have a lot of people, millions of people, which we had in the previous year, and big buyers who pushed price upward, we need to get new money on this market. And to my mind, new money can come only from a very, very big institutional companies, hedge funds, and this market can be pushed. It will be a good reason for starting a new uptrend, because these big companies will be able to create demand. You can tell me that crypto also has a big companies now and a big players, but I should remind you one more time that crypto, even when the price reached all-time highs, it's still a rather small market if compared with traditional markets. For example, we can talk about different companies from United States where their capitalization is in several times higher than all crypto markets, and now we talk about Bitcoin also because for big players need good capitalization, because in other way for them it will be impossible to realize their investing ideas. So I think this event, like launching a new platform, allowing institutional traders trade Bitcoin, it will be a starting point for a new uptrend. Other thing is why this event will be important. I hope this platform will give us conditions where it will be simple and it will be safely to trade Bitcoins, because I should say that even crypto gave us a good trading opportunities in previous year. The infrastructure around the crypto market was on a very, very, very low level. If we compare it with traditional markets where you can work with regulated brokers, where you can be sure that your capital is protected by licensed regulators, where you can use semi-professional or professional trading platforms, allowing you to realize any trading opportunities for buying, for selling, for social trading, for auto copy, for algo trading. Crypto markets couldn't give us such infrastructure. Also, working with unregulated brokers, it was a reason not to invest a lot in crypto. And we started a new platform and new rules for trading. Such situation like we had, it will be broken, and it can give the crypto a new chance for starting a new page in its let's say history. And another thing I would like to note that this event can be important for altcoins also. If only Bitcoin can be traded by professional companies, it means that they will buy, or they are already buying this Bitcoin for creating their position. So anyway, the price can move upward. If the price move upward, the one possible variant of movements, it will be other money from altcoins will go to Bitcoin and support this this upward movement. It will be a good to join to this uptrend, and other altcoins probably won't be a good markets for making profit. I won't be surprised if Bitcoin will start a new uptrend and altcoins will continue the falling. I won't be surprised if Bitcoin will reach the previous all-time high and altcoins won't do it. So for me, Bitcoin looks like a very reliable and interesting market for long run, and it will be confirmed by launching this backed platform. If we will see a really push for the market, Bitcoin will be a good place for starting investing, with holding for targets at let's say at previous important resistance levels like 10,000, 12,000, 17,000, 20,000. But with altcoins, we should be we will be able to use them only if they also follow Bitcoin like it was before. But if we will see the falling of interest to altcoins, of course it will be better to move the capital in Bitcoin only. So another thing we can discuss, alternative price movement. If, for example, this event, like starting a new platform for institutional investors, won't move price upwards. So in such way, it will be, let's say, not good period for all crypto at all, and probably the interest will be also low, the volatility will be low, and we will see. It will be good if we will see arranged market conditions for maybe several years. It can be for several years also. Or we will have another stronger event or a strong fundamental news, which will be the force of and the reason for starting a new uptrend. Such another events can be, or fundamental news can be like, for example, crypto regulation. Crypto regulation also will allow to give these crypto markets a new chance, and I think it will be also a positive moment. Even I know the community is not doesn't like such ideas about regulation. You all want to stay in the such status like crypto has, but I should say for big money and for reliable trading, it's better to work on legal field than work with such companies who can get your money and disappear. I just remind you the case with the BTSCA exchange, and it was a really cool story that with a happy end, because mainly in such cases, just people lose all their money, and it doesn't matter how many profit you could make for this period, your capital is not protected. And I think moving crypto in legal field also will allow big investors, big institutional companies invest in this market, and we will see a new bullish cycle. Another thing we can discuss, other possible movement if we get some news not positive, and the price won't reach sideways. We have another direction, which also can be, I don't think it will be realized, but still we have to be ready to see if the price drops, if the price break the support zone, which is also the bottom. We should be ready to see the fall into the previous highs, previous support levels, and the nearest is 3,000 level. So if the price drops below 5,000, I think we will be able to see 3,000, and will be not so good for all crypto reputation and for Bitcoin reputation. And I think the period of let's say not so interesting market will be continued for much more time. What about the reasons which can push market down? For me, for example, the main risk is the situation with stable coins like Tether. Now you know this is the main stable coin which used for trading, and it has a huge capitalization, and nobody knows is it supported by real dollars like it should be. And we could see just the case when the stable course were changed a lot. Such falling, it's not a good signal. And if there will be something wrong with Tether, probably we will see a huge falling. If, for example, news can be like there are no dollars support behind behind USDT Tether, and it will be a great pressure for crypto, and it can be a reason for falling to 3,000 level, and also it can be a reason for falling even lower. I'm talking about these possible market movements because they can be. Even they have one person for realization, we still have to consider them and think about what will we do if it will be in real, and if the market if there will be problems with Tether, of course it will be more reliable to stay with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the first coin with reputation, with it is trusted, and it's if other coins can disappear, like shit coins and even altcoins, Bitcoin will be able to stay anyway, because it's because of its history, and that's why I don't want to invest now in shit coins and some altcoins, and for me now only Bitcoin makes sense, and I will reload all my capital in Bitcoin now, and for me it will be better to stay with less risky financial instrument than try to collect as much profit as possible on other altcoins, which can also can give more potential for running upward because of low volatility. Big money can come on that markets and push the price higher. But still, there are many risks on that markets, and I prefer to focus on trading where I have more chances to save my money and my capital. So about I would like to tell some words about possible strategies which can be used for catching these new opportunities. Now we can see that the price starts continuous sideways movement, and in this period we can think about trading based on trend reversal signal. We have a downtrend line, and breaking above, it will give us a trend reversal signal. It will give us a trend reversal signal, which can be used for starting buying if you believe in Bitcoin's future, in crypto future. The current levels will be good, and another variant of trading can be based on volatility breakout. We can use for these just a second. Can use for these Bollinger Bands, which shows which shows us the volatility. And you can see that now if Bollinger Bands moves close to each other, it confirms the period of low volatility, and breaking upwards above the previous swing highs, it will be a signal of volatility breakout, and it will be a signal. It can be a signal for opening a long position. Like, for example, in this case, we also had a period of low volatility with Bollinger Bands moving not far from each other, and we could see a price breakout above the previous highs, and Bollinger Bands started moving from each other, which is a confirmation that we have a new market conditions. So also it's possible to trade Bitcoin using the strategies for range trading. Trading strategies for range markets provide signals when price reverses from support, we buy, and when the price reverses from the upper border, and we sell. In this market in crypto, I still don't think that any short position can be good. Even we had a huge fallen, I think the market still have potential, and in long run, it can be in 1 year, in 2 years, it can be, it looks in upward direction. So it's better to search for buy opportunities than try to make money on the falling. And from previous price movements, we could see that if you make a mistake on shorting, and for example you will trade without stop, you can make a lot of money using short positions, but one mistake and such upward movement will destroy you totally. Because for falling, the market, let's say, have 100 person, he can fall, the market can fall to 0 level, but for upward movement it has much more free space, so it's logical to search for buy opportunities. And for range trading, it will be logical to look for buy signals if we use range trading strategies from the bottom. Price reversals confirmed by candlestick patterns or indicators, and it will also allow to open long position. And I think it's better trade with stop orders below the support zone, because it will give us it will allow us to exit from long position if the market will continue the falling. So we can use range. We can use trading strategy for range market conditions and search for buy opportunities. We can use trend reversal signal for buy opportunities, and we can use volatility breakout signals for for buy opportunities. As for possible profit targets, I just remind you, it can be used the previous resistance levels where the price bounced from the previous performance, and these resistance levels also can be used for fixing the profit, and it can be done by you close all position in profit, or you close the part of position, you fix a part of profit, and the other part you leave for higher time frames. So now It is time for questions, and I will check the messages which with your questions and provide you my replies, and we will decide which one is the most interesting, and it will be rewarded. I just remind you, we have free silver packages for interesting questions. So if you still didn't write your opinion or your question, it's time to do it. The first question is, the first question is from Paula. I notice you don't have volume on the daily chart. Any particular reason? Do you find it's useful for charting? Of course, it's useful to use volume indicator for charting. It's not necessary, but some strategies, some trading strategy can be used for including signals from volume indicator for trading. For crypto, it's rather difficult to say which volume is real, is correct, which volume we should use for taking decision. And in this case, I can get the volume from, for example, Bitstamp. Now I use the chart from Bitstamp, and which information it can give me if compared with I can compare it with anything, so only with volumes from other crypto exchanges, and it can be different. It can give opposite signals, and it's the main reason I don't use it now, and I switch off it on the chart in order not to give you useless information. But also volume for me is a good signal for confirmation possible breakouts. So if a price breaks any level or line with high volume, for me it looks like a more reliable signal than a signal of breakouts based on low volume. So this time I didn't use it, and mainly I use my strategy, one of my strategy like it is without volume, but with additional indicators which confirms me reversal signals from lines, levels, or moving averages, and signals from indicators confirming trend market conditions. It can be trend market conditions or it can be range market conditions. It's enough for me. So I hope I replied on your question. Azimao, how will the upcoming recession affect crypto markets? I think it could give a positive effect if crypto market was a regulated market, and investors and hedge funds and institutional companies could use crypto market as additional market with great potential. Still, we have the market with great potential, but the question is, will it be able to realize this potential or not? The market where they could move their money for new trading opportunities, and they also could create a new solid uptrend which we had in the previous year. But the difference is the crypto is not regulated, and just imagine if you have a lot of money, just a lot of millions dollars, would you like to risk them, or you would like to invest in markets where your capital will be protected by regulators, by governments? And I think you you don't want to risk by your money. The same goes about investors, and with the upcoming recession, probably they will search for new opportunities still in US stocks because it is solid market, and probably it will give them new opportunities for investing. And just I don't see any other markets. Just maybe like gold can be also interested, but in period of recession, just as I can see it on previous recessions and crises, investors prefer to use stable financial instruments for keeping their money. It's their first. It's their main reason. Bilal, maybe some dollars will enter the crypto market. Will enter the crypto market if the bear cycle begin for the stock and traditional market. It's the same question like on the previous. It's the same reply like on the previous question. I think the main problem of crypto it is in status. So for big money, first of all, we need the market where capitals will be protected. Other thing is also very important. Crypto markets don't have infrastructure for big investing. It's simple to invest money in stock, and it's simple to invest money in any traditional markets using traditional instruments, financial instruments. But with crypto, how you do it? So probably this backed platform will solve this problem, and that's why it will be, for me, a reason to watch closer on this event. So now I don't think any bearish movements on traditional markets. I don't think they will push crypto to the uptrend. Khaled, what do you expect and think about Bitcoin Cash? Bitcoin Cash, for me, from the beginning, it was a useless market, really useless. You can tell a lot of things about technology, how it is better if compared with Bitcoin and so on. But for me, it is the market which was pumped, created just for, I don't know the reasons. And as far as I know, there is a great risk in holding these coins, because the main holder of this on this coin, I don't remember the company. They have the situation, if they start selling their coin, it will push the market much more lower, and without any other solid support by other players, the market can be destroyed totally. So for me, I didn't like it, I don't like it, and I won't like it, this coin. Demjan, do you think that is the right time to change altcoins to Bitcoin, since Bitcoin price is quite low? Altcoins, I mean LTC, other STRATIS. Yes, I think I replied it in my ideas. It's a very smart idea to move from altcoins into Bitcoin. The main reason is, if you want to protect your money, Bitcoin will be the most solid and the most reliable market than any other market. Altcoins, I don't talk about shitcoins, because for me it's another story. And even the altcoins will show a new good movements, it will be better to stay with Bitcoin, because we don't know the future, and in trading, every trade, when you start trading, when you open any position, you get a risk, and for any trader, if you want to be profitable in long run, money management and risk management, it's a very important part of trading. And thinking about how to protect your money, it's just a part of this topic, how to manage your money properly. Staying with Bitcoin will give you profit, and I think even Bitcoin will start moving upward first of all, and after that we can think about other altcoins, and it's better to look at top altcoins. And if they also follow it, it will be possible, if you want to spread your capital in crypto markets, it will be possible to focus the main part of capital on Bitcoin, and much less part invest in top altcoins like Litecoin, Ethereum, other STRATIS, and everything you want, but the small part. Another question from Paulo. Do you think corporations will create their own coins to use with their customers instead of using existing ones? If so, do you think it's substitutional threat to the current crypto coins? I think we have so many coins, and spreading the money, the whole capital on different coins, we have 2,000, just about 2,000 coins. And for what? If corporations will start their business where they will need to use crypto coins, I think we have a lot of coins for this purpose, and to get additional charges for creating their own, for me, it's not logical. For them, we will see. Jordan, Dmitry, what impact do you think the speculated wave of security tokens will have on Bitcoin? I have no exact ideas about this because it can be or it can't be. The reason is, yes, we have now the market which can be manipulated, but in which direction we will see any movement? It's rather difficult. I mean, the movement in short term and just speculation, it's more when we talk about short term trading. That's why I don't like to focus a lot on lower time frames for crypto, and try to catch short-term movements, because they are more unstable, unpredictable, and they are not so good for trading. You have a lot of risk and not so many potential for profit. Swing trading on higher time frames, long-term trading, I think for Bitcoin, it's much better than short-term trading. Another question, Vasilius. In such a volatile market, in its infancy, how much could technical analysis help in trading decisions making, either to short long-term opportunities? I own BTC since it was priced a few USD, and although I'm supported and enthusiast believer of technical analysis, still think that this market in its bigger person is still a bad market. Could you please answer us in what percent you think that the market could be predicted with the technical analysis? tools. I think not only I think I can prove that technical analysis can be used with crypto because crypto market, it's a market where people trade. People trade on traditional markets. People trade on crypto market, and their behavior is mainly the same. Technical analysis, what is it? It shows us people's behavior. There are bulls who want to buy, there are bears who want to sell, and their activity, their how they play with each other. It's all their steps are shown on the charts in candles, and it gives us a clear understanding of what is going on exact market, and you can use this information for your trading, and you can use any tools from technical analysis for getting signals. Here is just a simple example. I marked support and resistance levels. You can see how price can see these levels. We had November 2017, where the price bounced from 8,000 and dropped to 6,000. This movement gave us resistance and support level, and you can see how in 1, 2, 3, in 3 months the price bounced from support level, which we could draw in November of 2017. The same goes about resistance level, how the price acts at this level, and it also came from 2017, and now it is also one of important levels. You can see the levels higher and below the current price, and this level also can be used for getting reversal signals. You can see how the price, now I'm talking about technical tools like levels. The same goes about uptrend lines, downtrend lines. The same goes about moving averages. You can see which signals we can get just following a very simple strategy, buying based on reversals from rising moving averages with different periods. So you can have nice signals confirming the uptrend. There were signals confirming a possible trend reversal. Yes, the first one, it was a bearish divergence, gave us the correction up to one of moving averages, but still it was a signal for that the market is going to reverse, and it drops. We had another bearish divergence, which also moved the markets not so low like before, but also to the to one of moving average. And it's funny, but also this high which we made, it was also with bearish divergence. So it was a signal that the trend is going to reverse. Of course, it was difficult to predict that the market will drop so deep, but it was a signal that the market will reverse. And all these examples come from technical analysis. You can use it with crypto, you can use it with traditional markets, and you can use other tools. Ichimoku indicator could give you amazing buy opportunities during the whole previous years, and it could give you a huge profit, and you could use it with lower time frames, not only with the daily, with the daily, with the weekly. So there are no reasons to think that technical analysis doesn't work. For example, if crypto markets were used for robots trading only without people's emotions. Of course, technical analysis was not good at all on this market. So, but until the market is for people, technical analysis will work. Yes, sometimes we see manipulations, but mainly the strong price movements, they still will be supported by logical events, fundamental news, and of course technical signals. So, right, though, by looking at the condition of Bitcoin, as you said earlier, how do you think the altcoins will survive the condition if the price of Bitcoin start to rise? As I told before, if Bitcoin starts uptrend, first of all, we have to look at altcoins and their price action. Yesterday, I posted about Ethereum, and it also it looks like it reached the bottom, and it also could give a good signal for buying, but this market doesn't look strong from a fundamental point of view because of ICO projects. We had a lot of ICO projects like scams, and a lot of ICO projects were done for creating infrastructure, but if people left this crypto market, or the number of people involved in crypto trading became much less, and it's really much less. So they had a lot of problems with developing their project. So they for realizing their project, they had to sell Ethereum, because a lot of ICO projects were made used Ethereum, so they had to sell them for covering the charges, and a lot of sales dropped the second market in crypto world to impossible levels. And from technical point of view, it looks very interesting for buying, but from fundamental support, I think it's not really interesting market. But for short-term trading, just reaching the nearest levels, it can be used. The same goes about Litecoin. The same goes about other top altcoins. If we will see, they are all still at their possible bottoms. If Bitcoin will continue uptrend and we will get some confirmed reversal signals. Confirmed reversal signals can be based, for example, on divergences. It can be based on chart reversal patterns, that like double bottom reversal, head and shoulders pattern, and so on. It can be confirmed by indicator oscillators reversals. It can be confirmed by reversal candlestick pattern. So it will be possible to invest some part of capital in this market if you want to use them. But my opinion is Bitcoin the most interesting one. The next question from Lucas. Hi, Dmitry. Don't you think that Bitcoin follows a certain pattern on hype cycles? If so, do you think this pattern will be repeated? Yes, the history can repeat itself. It's a fact. But now I don't want to pay a lot of attention of previous market movements and compare it with current market movements, or predict based on that market movements the future. The reason is, if we talk about Bitcoin, for me the great difference is when the market is very small and when it just started. Just let's say the period up to Bitcoin reached maybe 1,000 level at first time. So after that, before it and after that, we had different market conditions and different structure. New players came. It was great interest from official, from mass media. It was great interest from institutional companies. They started looking at this new market. They didn't trade, but they started looking at it. Big investors could come, and such moments, they changed the market and the market structure. So compare it with the previous price movements when there were not so many big players taking part in trading, and where the market movements could be less logical than they started just 1 year ago. So for me, this information is not so important, and I try to mainly in my trading, I try to follow the market, but not to predict. Just we talk about possible market conditions, but I won't buy now because I will predict that the price will go upward. I will buy Bitcoin when I will get trend reversal signals. I will get confirmation that the price moves upward, and only after that I will join to this movement. So for me, it's the better variant. The next question is Saveli. How about big merchants like Amazon and Alibaba start accepting crypto? Yes, it can be also a good positive news for crypto, but I think the power of such news is less, and impact is less on crypto than if compared with for example, with backed platform. For me, this platform will give much more ideas about the future of crypto. So Amazon and Alibaba as a very famous marketplaces, of course, they will be a good support for any market movement. But in long run, I'm not sure that they will be able to reverse the market and make a stable uptrend like we had. Andrew, your thoughts about Verge coin? As for Verge, as for many other coins, my thoughts just the same. I don't see any reasons to look at them until we don't have any solid movements from Bitcoin, until we get understanding where the Bitcoin and this market will go. Only after that we will be able to look at other markets. Another reason is Bitcoin has huge, if compared with other coins, capitalization. It covers more than the half of all crypto capitalization, and it gives us more chances that Bitcoin will be less manipulated. When we talk about altcoins, or when we talk about shitcoins, manipulations, pumps are more likely, and you can make money on pumps. You can make good money on pumps, mainly when you start these pumps. And I am absolutely sure in it. Of course, you can be a trader who was involved in pump, and you was so lucky and get profit from this. But mainly, I don't want to take part in pumps and dumps, because you can't control the market. The signals in such way they don't work, and any price movement can be stopped quickly, and you just can miss the opportunity to exit, and it won't be profit, it will be loss. So I don't think it's a good idea to use such coins where a chance to get manipulated market movement is higher than on other solid coins. So that's why I don't like shit coins. I don't like a lot of altcoins. And Verge is in this list. Even it can be a super cool project. Even the team is super cool. I don't trust. And in financial markets, reputation, trust it's also very important things we have to take into consideration when we decide what to buy or sell or invest. Vincent, can you give the different technical analysis tools and step a beginner must learn for begin to trade? Answer join trade unity. So I should say that there are a great number of tools which can be used for trading, for proper trading. I don't want to talk about the case when you want to become profitable very quickly. I don't want to talk about cases where you can get super cool trading signals from crypto trading legends and buy a Lamborghini for 1 week. I'm talking about proper trading when you think about it like a business. You want to get income, additional income, or you want to start a trader and get money for your life from this activity. You have to think about which strategy you can use. There are many variants, but not all of them can be suitable for you. It can be different reasons. You can take in chosen trading strategy. It's like you chose the shoes or the clothes. It must be suitable for you. There are different methods and ages for trading. If you feel that this method is not comfortable for you, probably you won't be so successful and happy using this method. That's why you have to move to another one. Trading strategy can be based on different technical tools, like you can use support and resistance levels and reversal signals from this level for trading. You can use breakout signals based on these levels for trading. You can use trading lines for trading, also reversal and based and breakout signals. You can use trading strategies based on indicators. You can use trading strategies based on waves theory. You can use trading strategy based on volume trading and so on. There are a lot of variants, and of course it's better to start from the most simple one, and it can be a strategy based on indicators, because for drawing lines levels you need some experience, but for indicators you can just read how this indicator works and which signals it provides. So you will get clear signals automatically, and it will help you to find your trades, when to buy and when to sell. Also, you can follow the strategies which were created by other authors. You can use strategies and knowledge from experienced traders. Of course, it's a good variant to join us and get everything you need for proper trading and for trading like a business, but not like a gaming. And we will talk in details about it. But you should know that for beginners there are many variants how to start trading in proper way and not to lose money. And trading strategies is a good tool which allows you to find trading signals and to follow them day by day easily. Just another question from Andrew. Not Andrew, about Verge. You replied, Vincent. So the question from Vincent was the last one. I should say so I liked questions. I like three questions. It's let it be my personal rating, if you don't mind. And I like the question about different trading, about different technical analysis tools and steps for beginners, because we our project is focused for beginners, and we talk a lot about proper trading for beginners mainly. So Vincent, my congratulations, you will get our free silver package for 1 month. So please, you can send me the message in TradingView, or you can visit our site tradeunity.com and send the message using the form, support form. So we will contact with you and provide you the accounts. I like the question. From Vasilius. In such a volatility market in its infancy, how much could technical analysis help in trading decisions making, either short, long-term opportunities? I like this question because I like technical analysis, and I prefer to use technical analysis instead of fundamental analysis. So this question is rather interesting, because also I got a lot of messages during my my activity on TradingView, and a lot of comments, messages that technical analysis can be used for crypto markets. So it can be used, and these questions also should be rewarded. And what else? And the third one will go to okay. We will go to Paula. Do you think corporations will create their own coins to use with their customers instead of using existing ones? So it was the question. I like it. It is good, and it's just also about possible movements in crypto, which could give us some interest, some additional interest to these markets, and just because when companies move to digital field, they want to create something, some projects, also maybe the coins. They also create. They can be. They also can create more interest to this, and as we could see, the hype is a good force pushing the markets, all markets, crypto markets upward. I should say that for those who didn't win our free memberships, you will be able to get a discount to all our packages. It's 15% discount. It will be available for 2 days, so just think about it. Will you need it? And don't miss this opportunity. We will also do other free webinars. I'm not sure which topic we will cover, but I promise if it's interesting for you, we will provide more maybe webinars, maybe such live broadcasts where we also can have some prizes and reward more active and more interesting questions and opinions. And now I should say thank you very much for your attention, for your time that you spend with us, and I hope you get just a little bit more ideas how to trade crypto markets. I should remind you that it was my personal opinion, my personal thoughts. I will do it in such way, but I didn't give you financial advices. Only you can be responsible for your trading, and I suggest you to make your own research before taking any trading decisions. So don't forget also that proper money management it's a very important part of trading, which helps you to protect your capital, and you must trade only following your trading plan, and only in such way you will be able to make profit in the long run, and do this not like a game. You will be able to do it like a business where you can improve yourself as a trader or investor, and one day get income which allow you to focus on this activity and find your financial independence. So thank you very much for your time again. I was glad to spend the time with you, and wish you profitable trades, and goodbye.